tell you right now, I still get butterflies in my stomach like it's the first time we're doing this.
Every single time.
It never fails. I want to be completely transparent because, it may seem like we've been on, in front of the camera before, but we're only going into our second week here. But once again, good morning. Thanks for waking up with the Chase. I'm Troy LeCastro alongside my co-host, David Yarder.
Troy, like I say every episode,
Oh.
Another great morning to be at the Dave and Adams Chase studio.
Are you going to start us off with a little something here? I feel it's Wednesday, it's hump day. We need to get through with a little motivation.
I always like to start with some motivation for my morning. So you know what I'm going to say to you people? Don't think about what can happen in a month. Don't think about what can happen in a year. Just focus on the 24 hours in front of you and do what you can to get closer to where you want to be. Eric Thomas. Another great quote of the day here from the Dave and Adams studio.
That finger point was
direct.
You were letting them know.
You really got to listen. Like when I'm saying something, you got to pick up what I'm putting down. So
hey, Wahoo jumped in the chat and said the freshie haircut from David looking good.
Thank you. Shout out my barber Andy Ranoletti. Man, I needed it badly. Took like 5 pounds off, I swear.
You feel that way? I don't know. It looks good. Like to me, it never got out of control.
I'm very particular to say the least, so I saw it.
I'm particular about the clothing since we're doing shout outs. Shout out my boys over at Queen City Vintage for fitting me today. It is pre-NBA draft, so I figured this was some appropriate wear.
Yes. Shout out to my guys at the Sabre store. So
Now, this motivational quote, did that assist you at all in our little matchup the other night?
Maybe. It now looking back, yeah, it might have. As you see on the screen, Troy and I had a little contest against each other Monday night in our Tonawanda Slow Pitch League. And it was a fun time, wasn't it, Troy? For some of us?
Look at that. Tyler decided to do the close-up because he wanted my reaction like that. It was fun for one of us. Tonawanda, of course, being a suburb of Buffalo, New York. It was a chilly day. It wasn't really the greatest weather, and it was a very one-sided affair, is what I'll call it. Why don't you go ahead and why don't you take it from here? I don't have much left to say.
Just to save Troy's pride, I won't say the score. But something special happened, and I kind of want to go back to our very first episode. I said something on that show that I have not accomplished. Tyler, if you don't mind, roll the clip.
Jared Walsh, Saturday night, hits for the cycle.
It's a tough feat. It's a tough feat to accomplish.
I never hit the cycle.
I don't even know if I've done it in slow pitch softball.
No, I mean...
Guess who hit for the cycle? 5 for 5. 2 dingers, like 7 RBIs. Probably my best game hitting ever.
All right. I think you're ballooning the stats a little bit here.
Yeah, maybe.
Listen,
Tyler.
I gave him credit after the game. I said, this guy, one of the sweetest swings I've ever seen, probably behind Ken Griffey Jr.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, okay. He's like, Wahoo says we need the score ... for the brand.
That's up to you.
Just give it to him. We're already this deep.
17-5. You know what?
You could say it's beer league softball. I did go to the bar afterwards. I may have had one adult pop.
One wobbly pop, but
Oh, that's our live studio audience laughing at me right now.
You know what? It's okay. I will say Troy's team is one of the more fun teams that we've ever played, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. It was the best our team has hit all year, and I know Troy's team actually gave us a run for our money early in the year, but certain someone wasn't at that first game. So
yeah, well, you know what? Hopefully we'll see you guys again in the playoffs.
We probably will.
All right, we've got a packed show to get to, so why don't we get to our first topic here? Last night, the stars of the NHL gathered to crown new kings of the ice.
Yes.
The NHL awards took place on Tuesday, and there were quite a few firsts.
Yes, indeed.
For some of the young studs in the league.
Yeah, Austin Matthews finally winning something. A Maple Leaf winning something in June. Imagine that.
Which is funny you said that. I told you before the show. I said Keenan Thompson actually had the same reaction as you. He said, "Oh, congrats to everybody, including Austin Matthews. Nice to see the Leafs win something in June."
Yeah, and you look at it, he won the Hart in the Lindsay. So it was honestly probably very deserving. You can look at a couple other guys maybe, but the stats, like, McDavid put up a great season, Shesterkin put up a great season, but when you look at it, without Matthews, who knows where that Maple Leafs team goes. He had 60 goals. 60 goals is very impressive. 46 assists, 106 points on the year. Just a spectacular season for the Leafs star.
Yeah, it needs to be said too. I think 106 points in 73 games. And remember, I think because he hit Darlene in the face, he was suspended 2 games.
Yeah, he actually missed a few games, so his stats could have only went up if he played in those games.
That's what I'm saying. It could have even inflated even more. Crazy stat here too. I think he had a plus minus of 20.
Wow, that.
You know what I mean? That's just that's an insane number to me. And obviously, McDavid was trying to go for his third Hart Trophy. Yep. He was in. Matthews got 1630. He got 1,630 points in the polling.
Mm-hmm.
McDavid was behind him with 1,111. So, McDavid is as great as he is. All the odds were in Matthews' favor this season. Another note too. He is the first player to hit 60 goals since Stamkos in 2011-2012.
I didn't realize it's been almost 10 years, 11 years since. Yeah. Wow.
And before him, it was Gretzky in the 90s. So obviously quite the feat there. He's in an elite class of players to do so. I took a look at some of his cards on eBay here. I did a little comp. I was looking around, and let me tell you, I think it's exactly where I thought it was going to be. Yeah. I mean, just in the past 24 to 48 hours, we've got a raw Young Gun here, 115 it sold for. And then we've got a Mint 9 PSA Young Gun from 16-17, $643.
That's the one I looked at. And you know what? Right below it, I actually found a PSA 10 Gem Mint that sold for like $1,410. So it's kind of what you would expect from a 10 Gem Mint.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, was that the one you were seeing here? That also the one for 1,400? You said? Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. And like I said, that's within the last 24 to 48 hours. So obviously, him winning the Hart and the Ted Lindsay. Definitely driving the price up of his cards.
And obviously, for the viewers that might not know, the Young Gun is like the prestige card of hockey.
The premier rookie card to collect. And honestly, I think this is the time now you're going to see that last little inflation on hockey cards until obviously it comes back in October. So another winner here. We're going to go down just doing the major ones, but we've got the Norris Trophy, which I feel like there was some controversy surrounding this one. Why? So Cale Makar, he won. He took it home. He got 1631 points in this polling system that they do. He barely beat out Roman Josi. Roman Josi had 16-6.
Wow. It's a close vote. But, you look at Makar and his team's in the Cup, and honestly, I think he's very deserving. Young player coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins more of these Norris trophies.
Yeah, and I know you were doing a recent comp of his, and so I forgot, if you don't mind reminding the folks, kind of where were we around with Cale Makar?
Yeah, so his 1920 Young Gun rookie was going for like 305. Honestly, that almost seems cheap now.
Yeah.
For what I think his value is just going to go up. So
yeah, good point by Wahoo here. Josi had almost 200 more points in Hart voting than Makar. And I think that's a great segue here. Josi had 96 points in 80 games, 73 assists, plus minus of 13. To me, I feel like Josi should have probably won that.
He was very deserving. That's
I mean, Cale Makar, from an aesthetic standpoint, when you're just watching him, obviously He's great on the ice. He's smooth. He's a goal scorer. He's electric as a defenseman. But I mean, if you look at the stats, the numbers speaks for themselves.
Yep.
And
The numbers are there, and I mean, he's not the only one with better numbers that kind of got snubbed out of an award, and I'm sure we'll get
sure,
into that next one.
sure, and definitely Kel McCarr, his season was nothing to sneeze at. I mean, 58 assists plus minus a 48. So obviously, either way, pretty deserving. But I feel like Yossi could have clipped him there. And I tell you right now, I just did a quick look of Yossi, dirt cheap.
Really?
His cards, dirt cheap. And he's in what? I think he was drafted in 11-12, so he's in his 10th year in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously has always been pretty consistent. So, maybe it's one of those things where if he eventually becomes a Hall of Famer for his numbers, I don't know if he'll ever get the cup. Maybe if he gets traded away to a cup contender or signs with one, but maybe time to invest in him real quick.
I agree. And, I'm trying to think, like, did playing for Nashville hurt him a little bit in this case? Because Nashville did make the playoffs, but they got ran through in 4 games.
Yeah.
So
yeah, which was unfortunate, and that's the thing is they're usually hanging around, and they're usually a contender, but maybe he needs to go somewhere with a little more strength that can get him past that first round.
I agree.
Okay, next up we see our Calder Trophy, Rookie of the Year, of course. What?
I just totally disagreed with this pick, but
You did.
I was full on board for Zegras. Zegras had a great year for the Ducks with 60 points, and they gave it to Sider, the Red Wings, and obviously very good stats for a rookie defenseman: 7 goals, 43 assists, obviously 50 points. We actually pulled last week when we were doing our Series 2 giveaway for hockey.
Yeah.
I actually pulled his young gun.
You did. Yeah, you pulled the Moritz Sider.
Yep.
I remember seeing that. I was thinking that coming in today. I was like, I saw that he had won the Calder and realized, hey, we got him in Series 2 last week during our break.
So one of our lucky winners actually has that Sider young gun in their possession. And I looked at some of the values for that same card. Saw one that went for $109.99, one that went for $95, and another one that went for $229.99. So the value of that card is kind of all over the place depending on what you want to sell it for, really. So.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what it is now, maybe in the next couple days, now that the NHL awards are out of the way, and people may be seeking his card out more now than they did a couple days ago.
Right.
But Series 2 also available now on dacardworld.com, so you can check that out there if you want to rip and try to find your own Moritz Sider. Last but not least, this one, in my opinion, was probably the one
everyone
that was no surprise.
Yeah, no surprise. I think the only thing that I was surprised with is that Vasilevsky wasn't in the voting.
Yeah, nowhere near. Not even on the ballot.
Whatever, but it was Shesterkin's award to win.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I wrote down a couple things here. He ran away with this one. He had 154 points in the polling. I think the next person behind him had 50 something. It was Markstrom.
Yeah.
But a .935 save percentage and a 2.07 goals against average on the year. He went 36-13 as a starter. I mean, and as I look there on Hockey Reference, that's a career year for him.
Yeah. And if you look at his values for the season that he put up, I actually think his value for the prices I'm about to say isn't bad, because I think he's only going to continue to grow and become a better goalie. His 19-20 young gun went for $187.50, and that was ungraded, just raw.
Just raw, yeah.
And then a PSA 10 went for $450, which makes sense. But for what he was able to accomplish, that price and value probably could go up now.
I think the playoff run definitely helped, and the Vezina only increases the case on why you should probably be picking up his stuff, or definitely he should be a sought-after player when you are opening product.
Absolutely. That's if you're looking, I would definitely be looking for Shesterkin stock. So stonks.
Shesterkin stonks. Hashtag Shesterkin stonks. I like that right there.
That's a 2-pointer in this category. Just saying.
That might be a clip. All right, we're going to move on to Stanley Cup Game 3. As we were going off the air on Monday, we were getting ready for Game 3. Now, we're looking at the recap here. Tampa was able to cut the series lead in half on Monday night. They won on home ice, 6-2 against the Avs. The offense was finally there. They came alive. Landeskog was the only goal scorer for the Avs that night. Very interesting fact here, too. Corey Perry, first NHL player in history to score a goal in the Stanley Cup final for 4 different teams.
Wow.
Impressive, right?
Yeah.
Dallas, Montreal last year, Lightning this year, and then, of course, when they won the Cup when he was with the Ducks.
Right.
So, very interesting note there. Palat and Stamkos were also able to get on the board, and, of course, Kucherov continues just the plethora of points with 2 assists in that game.
Yeah, he's putting together a solid playoff run. Did we maybe jump the gun too early on, cutting the throat of the Lightning in this series?
I don't know, because I feel like if I recall that conversation we had, I had a feeling they were going to take at least one in Tampa. And I think if they were going to take one, it was that game.
Right.
Why? Because they came off the Avs scoring a touchdown on them. Vasilevsky, obviously, super upset. Cooper keeps him in. And then, obviously, he shows why he is Andre Vasilevsky. But I still think the Avs can figure it out. Hopefully they squeak one out. And this is me showing bias. I do want the Avs to win. Hopefully they squeak one out next game. And then I think if they get this series back to Colorado, I think that's in their favor. Yeah. I mean, they're unreal at home.
I know I have a deep history with 3-1 leads with my fandom, but I will say I think if Colorado squeaks this one out in Tampa, this next one, it's over. Because they go back to Colorado, I think.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sticking with my prediction of Avs in 5. So.
Yeah. So as we are talking about our players of the game real quick, we want to do some comps and just some notes on who we picked. Let's show some of the goals, Tyler, if you don't mind. Just show some of the series of goals here. Here we go with the first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. That one was that was an interesting one. That was a fluke, but
just 5-hole.
I feel like that's the thing. That's very much a playoff goal right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of steamrolled from there. But who did you take in your player of the game for game 3?
So I took Vasilevsky, the goalie, Andre Vasilevsky. Looking at some of his comps, he's had a great season. He's had a great career so far with the Lightning. As you see, the young gun on the screen, it's a 9-minute. I'm sorry, I'm going in and out a little bit. I'm sorry, but the card on your screen is actually a KSA 9, and it was $282.46. So that shows you what his young gun's going for. There was also, I found this one funny. Signed O-Pee-Chee for $34. The O-Pee-Chee I like just because it's a fun card name.
Yeah,
O-Pee-Chee.
Love O-Pee-Chee. And I find that goalies are kind of like the defensive players. Well, they are the defensive players, but in terms of value, we talked about the D players in the NFL. I feel like that's how goalies are in hockey, where these guys put up these incredible stats, incredible numbers. But, if you're not somebody like Dominic Hasek or, Carey Price or Patrick Waugh, you don't garner as much value from the collectors, it seems. Yeah. So, obviously PC collectors, guys who are getting it for their personal collection, probably love it right now. They're like, I could scoop up all these Vasilevsky cards like it's nothing,
Right. And it goes back to our conversation that we had last week about, the defensive football players. And it's like, when you look at hockey too, goalies are awesome. They make saves. They can win games for their team.
Highlight reel saves.
It's just everyone focuses on, like I said, the sexier stats. They
100%.
Want the goals. They want the assists. They want to see a dude that puts up 100 and whatever points. Like, that's what they want. It's like, oh, yeah, this guy made 46 saves one game. That's cool. Whatever. But it doesn't increase his value.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I took Mikko Rantanen. So someone with the quote-unquote sexier stats,
Right.
if you will, as you say. Another guy who I feel like is undervalued, maybe not talked about as much. 24 points in 17 games in the playoffs.
Pretty impressive stats right there.
19 assists, 1 goal on the power play. He's an overall +3. He's averaging 20 minutes of ice time, but really impressive here. Why I think it might be time to kind of take a look at his stuff. 2 assists in game 1, 3 assists in game 2, and then he assisted on both the Landeskog's goals in game 3.
So he's a helper.
He's a helper. Yeah, he's a playmaker. He knows how to get you the puck. He knows how to get the goal scorers the puck. But you look here, 9.5 BGS Young Gun, $85.
Oh, wow.
A PSA 9 mint, $73.53. So he, to me, could be a very undervalued guy. I mean, I see a UD Canvas Young Gun, which is obviously harder than the base Young Gun to get, $33.
Dirt cheap.
That's all I'm saying. I just think maybe it's time to take a look at some of these other guys, and whether you're a personal collector, an Avs fan, or just love hockey in general.
We need a stonks button that we can hit.
We should look into that. Tyler, we'll have to write that down. A stonks button.
Whoever we feel we need to buy value in. Stonks.
Stonks. All right, we're gonna move on now. Oh, there's the
crowd going. Stonks.
All right, we've got a funny video to show you now. On the June 12th San Diego Padres broadcast, analysts Mark Grant and Don Orsillo were having some fun opening a pack of 1990 Topps baseball, and Orsillo decided to feed his buddy Grant the gum that came with the pack. Let's take a look.
It's a gum? That's a gum.
Jay Bell. He's one of the best sacrifice punchers ever in the game of baseball.
How's it gum?
Oh my God.
32-year-old gum. Eat it up. Chew it.
What an amazing close-up on his face there. You could see by his reaction, he didn't really care for that too much. But Orsillo was losing his mind. He was loving it that he was just eating that gum.
I can't imagine what that gum tastes like.
But here's the...
What did he say? 29 years? 30? Something like that? 32? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It's like 32-year-old gum. So here's the thing. Come to find out, this isn't the first time they did this. They actually did this on a broadcast in 2019. Play that clip, because I'm trying to figure out how they didn't learn from the first time.
Thank goodness for the BHT to maintain freshness.
Put it in your mouth. Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh,
How's it taste there, Chief?
Holy disgusting.
I would say the card would taste better.
Oh, it's like disintegrating into powder. You have to try
No,
it.
I don't want to try it.
Oh,
I
my
mean,
God.
what happens?
It just you have to. You're not going to die. It's
How do you know?
disgusting. Just keep chewing.
It's only been a couple minutes. I'm fine.
Yeah, right.
Actually, whoa. Oh, gross. Isn't it? Oh, it's disgusting.
You got it.
Oh, my God.
You know my motto in life. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional.
Hey, get someone that looks at you the way Don Orsillo looks at Mark Grant when he puts 30-year-old gum in his mouth.
Some more motivational quotes right there. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Some more motivation.
Who knew you were getting 2 quotes of the day in one? Now, real quick, there was a time where I was actually duped into trying some even older gum than they tried. Tyler, can you go ahead and play that?
What's up, everybody? We have some top spot display gum from 1946 here, and we're gonna make Troy try this right now.
What is this?
Some gum, dude. I know you've been asking for some, so.
Why is she recording it? I've never seen this gum. How do you even get this thing open? There you go.
Yum. Pretty good, yeah?
Yeah, not bad.
Oh. As I sure would. What flavor is this? I think you got cinnamon. Awful. Oh, God, it looks like a Nature Valley bar.
Awful.
Nature Valley bar, that looked like a dog treat.
Listen, when I tell you too that I not gonna lie, I tried a second piece just to see if I could get the bad taste of the first one out of my mouth. They all tasted the same.
Probably only made it worse.
Oh my god, it tastes like clay.
Ugh. Should have just ate a card.
That was a that's not even staged. That was a genuine reaction. I put it in there. I chewed it up a little bit, and the moment I knew it was a bad idea is when it almost broke my tooth. Honest to God.
It's like eating a bone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shout out to our guy Luke.
Shout out Luke. So lastly in the highlight reel, Rob Gronkowski. Gronk announced his retirement for now. In a lengthy Instagram post, Gronk said he's going back into his retirement home and walking away from the game of football again. A first ballot Hall of Fame tight end, for sure, with an illustrious career. However, Gronk's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, says he wouldn't be surprised if his client returned if Brady came calling.
Over under week 6, he comes back.
I'm going to say over only because I feel like 6 is still early enough in the season. We got to see where Tampa's going to be. And, you know, if they're either... I can't tell if he'll come back if they're in need of help, or he'd rather just come back if they're already 5-1, 6-0.
Yeah, watch it. That's a tough call because I think if they need help, he won't come back. But if they're like 6-0 and he feels like he can coast to another ring, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm done with retirement."
These guys, unbelievable.
And the best part about Gronk, 2010 he was drafted. He was a second-round pick, 42nd pick of the draft. You know who had the pick before?
Oh, it wouldn't be the Buffalo Bills by any chance, would it?
It was the Buffalo Bills.
Who'd they take?
Terrell Troop, defensive lineman. So great.
Oh, how'd he pan out?
Just lovely.
Yeah,
for
wonderful.
Whole 2 years, I think.
Great. All right, let's get into our new release reminder. It is Wednesday. It is new release day. So let's just run through real quick what we've got for you that's hitting shelves. 2021 Panini Contenders Optic Football. 1 pack here, 6 cards per pack, 2 autographs per box, 2 base per box, 1 insert per box, and 1 parallel per box. New inserts in this product include Up and Coming, Optic Illusion, and Splitting Image. Tyler's giving you a preview right there on the screen. He's giving you a look of what the cards look like. If you've seen Contenders, kind of has the same effect to it. Optic, I know they make it a little nicer. They add a little more flair to it, if you will. And you know how important flair is if you've seen the movie Office Space. That's Jennifer Aniston about flair. She knows about all the pieces of flair. All right, next up, too, is 2022 Panini Select Baseball, which, stay tuned, we will be ripping in another segment on the show. We'll be ripping that later in the show. 12 packs per box with 5 cards per pack, 2 autographs, 2 memorabilia, 3 numbered prisms, 5 inserts, and in all, a 300 card base set.
Should we tell them about the little giveaway?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. Yes. So there will be a giveaway attached to ripping the Panini Select Baseball. This is going to be for the folks that are live in our Twitch chat right now, watching the chase with us. What you're going to do is you are going to type in all one word, all lowercase, the chase in the chat while we are ripping. We'll gather that up. We'll do a random, and we'll be sure by the end of the show to let you know who is walking away with cards that we ripped.
Remember, all one word and lowercase, no uppercase. Bad.
You heard the man. All one word, lowercase, the chase.
It's going back to my teaching days.
Darn it.
Lowercase.
See that? Don't let David lay the hammer down. If he has to, he will. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, Troy saw that Monday night.
All right. You know, I like you. Get out of here with the cheers. It's more like jeers. It's jeers, not cheers. Anyways, let's move on to around the hot. That
I love you, Troy.
That sounds like the beginning of Wang Chung. Everybody have fun tonight. Play that cymbal again. Yeah, it kind of sound. No, not so much there. All right, let's get to what is going on around the hobby. Today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about it on Monday's show. eBay is bringing you its first eBay Live event. This platform is giving collectors a new way to browse and buy products in a live, interactive environment. DJ Ski will be hosting today's event with Bleecker Trading. They'll be showcasing cards like a 1995 Topps Finest Michael Jordan M1 red bordered refractor, that's a PSA 9 mint, and as well a 1998 Kobe Bryant Skybox, that's Jam, PSA 10. Be sure to tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when they will be going live with their first event. Hey guys, just some technical issues there. We apologize, but we got those fixed thanks to our great team behind the camera.
Shout out Tyler.
Shout out Tyler, super producer. What can't that guy do?
He's a man. He that can do many things.
He's a man's man. We're lucky to have him. I'll tell you that. Hey Tyler, if you don't mind, could you possibly bring us back up on the big TV? Not that I need to stroke my ego and see myself, but just for that kind of purpose.
There we go.
So as we left you off here, here's a cool story. It's kind of an in case you missed it. Orioles left-handed pitcher, John Means. Unfortunately, he lost his father, Alan, to pancreatic cancer at the age of 57 in August of 2020. But Means said Topps was able to make this past Father's Day very special for him. The company produced a custom card with Means and his dad on the front. On Twitter, Means tweeted, "If you knew my dad, you know he liked to show everyone my Topps card. Now I get to have one with him on it so I can show everyone I meet. I love and miss you, Dad. Happy Father's Day."
That's a great story.
Yeah, super touching. And as you can see the card on the front, I mean, hats off to Topps for making that a special one for him. I love it. What does the back of the card say? I think it said tribute card, like, you know.
Yeah, a Topps tribute to your father's loving memory. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice story. Kind of an ending to a good ending to an unfortunate situation there.
I agree.
So last week, we brought you the story of Chad Stone, the 13-year-old from Ohio who pulled the one-of-one black FINITE Mac Jones out of Prism, and he sold it for $100,000. Well, we've got an update on where the card ended up. There was rumor floating around the hobby that it had been resold. However, that's not true. Found that untrue because why? The card had resurfaced after being graded a 10 by PSA. So standing by right now. So this card, though, I was able to talk to card broker Henry Reynolds. I found him. I sought him out on Instagram, and I decided to have a little chat with him. I was doing some DMing back and forth, and I found out that he is the card broker. He does a little bit of consignment, some card broking and that. Found that very interesting. And what he was telling me is, you know, all the things we'll be going through him. The card is listed on his Instagram page. So what will happen there is, you know, his DMs are open.
I gotcha. And, you know, it's kind of cool to hear that they got that card graded to a PSA 10. That's only going to boost its value even more than it already was.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing, too. I find it very interesting that, you know, it came back at 10. So a lot of people, I feel like, were chattering in the hobby, you know, where's this card? I heard it already sold. What are we going to do with it? And then it resurfaces as a 10, which is huge.
Right. And, you know, we're seeing a ton of Mac Jones cards coming out now lately. You know, we talked to Doug of Mojo Break last week, and, you know, or I'm sorry, on Monday we talked to him, and, you know, he pulled the 101 Shield. That was an awesome card to see. And, you know, I feel like more and more people are coming out with these great Mac Jones card.
Yeah, it's going to be one that we're going to keep following for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll continue to follow this, and we'll definitely see where this goes, because it's definitely a very, very interesting, you know, it's a highly touted card now. I mean, it's out there. The price has been named. we saw what it sold for. And now that it's out on a 10, I can only imagine kind of what's going to happen from there.
Now, just as a talking point,
Sure.
do you think if Mac Jones has a down year this year, does his value just go down, down, down?
It very well could. It very well could, because I think the shelf life of quarterbacks in the hobby is not, I shouldn't say shelf life, but it's the up and down in terms of like, Josh Allen, I'm sure his cards were low and then he rose, right?
Mhm.
Joe Burrow, it's one of those things where his cards were off to a hot start, stayed hot, and now it's just going to, what are we going to see from year 3 with him?
Right.
And Trevor Lawrence, his cards stayed high, but, if he continues on the path that unfortunately he had last season, just so the team that surrounded him, does he continue to decline? Does he hold that value? So Mac Jones, he's one of those things. He's one of those people where it could be a situation that he does plummet.
Yeah.
If he doesn't,
Another guy that I know a lot of people bought stock of when he came into the league, and they're still kind of invested in him, is Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
And I really think, not just from a football standpoint, I think from a card standpoint, this is his make or break year. I mean, you look at Josh Allen. I feel like Josh Allen's 3rd year was a make or break year for him in some sorts. The Bills went out, got Stephon Diggs. Next thing you know, he puts up career year in year 3. It could be the same thing for Tua in year 3. They went and got Tyreek Hill. Can Tyreek Hill possibly help, vamp up his value? I don't know. I personally am not a huge Tua guy.
Sure,
so-
sure. Yeah, you're right. Well, I feel like Tua is kind of in the same Mac Jones situation where I feel like Mac Jones, a lot of hype around him, but I don't know if I necessarily know why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's 'cause he was
It's
a
not
rookie.
that he's bad. It's
Yeah.
not that he's bad, but it's just interesting how he came out so high and his cards are selling so high. So hopefully he could stay up to that standards. And in my opinion, for collectors right now of Mac Jones, you should definitely be selling him off, in my opinion.
Yeah, and just moving ahead.
Yeah.
Don't forget, everyone in the chat. Don't forget about our giveaway today is Select Baseball. If you want to be entered, remember, it's only for the people live on our Twitch stream. Comment The Chase, one word, all lowercase.
All lowercase.
Some great product. Make sure you get into it.
Yeah, and you know what too? I've got the Twitch chat up. While we've got the Twitch chat up, why don't we roll back in the Twitch and just catch up with people here? Wahoo's. He believes that Gronk does come back if Tom calls and asks for help. He thinks he's coming right back.
I agree.
It does seem that way, where if it was anybody else, he'd probably say no. But if Tom's calling, he's gonna pick that call up every single time. He'll be like, well, because Gronk is still, I mean, football years he might be a little older, right? But he's still only in his early 30s?
Or
is
think
he
he's
getting towards
I
mid?
think he's mid 30. I mean, he was drafted in 2010. It's been 12 years. So you got to figure he's probably in his mid 30s.
Yeah. I see our Instagram friend Hoop Hits, who was in Trivia Tuesday yesterday with David. He said, Loy, it's Hoops. I love you. I love you too. I always said I would say it back to you. So there you go. I said it on the Chase now. Everybody knows it's out there.
You had a few Team Troy comments too, so.
I did. It sounds like some of the people are in my... Why do you think that is? What? I think you're a great guy, and you were flexing a little bit. You were.
You gotta have fun. You gotta show a little muscle, I guess. But hey, I'm Team Troy too. I'm Team Yagabomb and Team Troy, so I love everyone.
T-Bomb and Yagabomb.
Yes.
Yagabomb, Yagabomb, Yagabomb. If you know that video reference, you're old enough. If you don't, you better look that up on YouTube. Look for Yagabombs. Or my new haircut. David's literally my new haircut guy today.
Yeah, there was a ton of haircut comments. I appreciate the love. Like I said, shout out to my barber Andy Ranaletti. Does a great job, and love his work.
Look at that. The barber's getting the love today. Yeah, I see some guys. Team Troy forever. How does
Yeah.
that make you feel?
Yeah, people have their opinions. Opinions are like, never mind.
Yeah. I was going there with you. I knew exactly where you were going. Yeah. Make sure you guys are typing the Chase as one message, nothing else in the message. We just want to let you guys know. Chase, all one word, all lowercase. Just make sure you're doing that because, we're looking forward to hopefully giving away some cards once we rip that a little later in the show.
And literally just how Meerkat typed it in the chat, the Chase, all lowercase. Not like how Wahoo's 1030 just did it. The Chase, one word, all lowercase.
I love Meerkat too. He put in parentheses, no quotes, LOL. Love that. Want to give a shout out too to WVU fan 4423. Thank you for subscribing to the Twitch. We really appreciate that. We're hoping to get you guys to keep liking, keep subscribing to the Twitch. Make sure you're commenting. Not only for giveaways, but just chat. We like to do this. Hopefully we could do this once an episode where we just kind of thumb through the chat a little bit and just able to interact with you because we want it to not just look like we're just camera, king of the castle,
King of the castle.
in the chair. I had to do a Borat.
Everything always revolves around a Borat comment. I love it.
With you and I lately, it seems like it is.
Every single day. Nothing will change. I'm just letting you know.
I would expect nothing to change.
Good.
You know what I mean? So out of the two new releases we have, though, which one are you most excited about? The Contenders Optic Football, or are you looking forward to the Select Baseball we have here?
I'm looking forward to baseball because it's going to be right in our hands. So I'm looking forward to see what the product is.
Yeah, and I'm excited once we get later into the show and we are able to crack it for you. We're going to show off a new camera angle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys have been on our Instagram... Oh, look at that. I'll tell you right now, if I lay this here, put the cup there, it looks like... If anybody knows Lil Dicky, one of my favorite... Does it not look like the front of his album cover? Tyler looked at me. He knew exactly what I meant right away.
Dave's is even better. No.
Hello.
Definitely yours.
See?
100%.
Mine looks very... Look, let's take this out of here. It looks very aesthetically pleasing.
I like it.
It does. If you've ever seen the album by Lil Dicky,
Here,
Professional Rapper, look that up on Google and check out the album cover because this looks exactly like it.
Let's see, Tyler. Can I try one more time? See if I can... no, it sucks.
I love the color coordinated notes in the highlighter.
Yes.
Amazing.
Just doing a little work.
You guys were peeking at my notes and you get to see the actual work that goes in behind the scenes in doing this.
Wahoo's. Dave is a must-watch on FX.
Couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. So if, we're straying away from sports cards a little bit, but I think that's fine. I think we have to get into a little bit of entertainment here and there just to add some flavor to the show. And obviously our Twitch chat, I think they'd want to see that. But Dave, have you watched both seasons?
I'm sorry.
Dave, have you watched both seasons of Dave?
No.
You haven't.
I'm sorry. I slack.
Oh, great. Thanks to Tyler off screen. He gave me a couple packaroonies. We've got Baseball 2021 Series 1 there. Got a couple of packs to add to the giveaway. We won't rip those. Oh, thank you, Tyler. So we won't rip those. We'll keep those right here. And what we'll do is, whoever wins, we'll send those with the cards. So there you go. Maybe get some nice rookie cards in there.
Little extra pickings.
I think Dave on the Chase is a must watch. Meerkat says you're a must watch.
Meerkat you're my favorite, so.
You know what? That's a thing. I feel like we should be like, who would you rather see, Dave on the Chase or Dave on FX?
Oh, people will pick Dave on FX.
Yeah. I don't know. You might have some fans out there.
I don't know. I always thought I had a face for radio, like I've always said.
Yeah, I
so
think
I don't know.
No, you know what? We We gotta be kings. Us short kings. We gotta stand up. What
King of the
handsome boys.
castle.
Another King of the Castle reference. All right, you know what? What's that? Oh, just got word here.
Breaking news.
Breaking news in my ear. Producer Tyler, he's like shouting at me. He started barking actually, like a dog. Some DMX. We're actually gonna open up these packs now. Let's have some fun.
Let's do it.
There's 2, so I mean, I don't want to be greedy. I like to share. So why don't I give one to you?
Yes.
Ready? A little bar slide.
There we go.
There we go.
Sweaty palm season.
I know, right?
people.
Knees weak,
It's
arms are
crazy.
heavy.
Vomit on a sweater already.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
All right, why don't we hit that new overhead? There we go. Check it out. There you go. Ooh.
Gotta
Go ahead. You go first, Dave.
All right. Are we ready for this?
Are you ready? I'm ready.
John Gray. Oh.
Hey,
there we go.
there it
Hey
is.
now. John Gray with the Rockies.
Wow.
Chadwick Tromp. It's a great name, Chadwick. Elbows Only. That looks like Justin Upton and Mike Trout. Kevin Gossman, who now pitches for the Blue Jays, but this is a Giants card. Oh, gotta flip her around here. We got a DJ LeMahieu with the Yankees, the league leaders. This one hits home. Roberto Perez, Cleveland. He's now with the Pirates. Chris Bubick, who was with the Royals. Organize a little bit here.
Wow.
Bo Burrows, another base. Ooh,
Ooh, a little chrome.
little
The facsimile
Tatis.
auto?
Little
That's his auto,
Tatis.
baby.
That's an auto. That's
No, it's a facsimile auto. It's not a real auto.
still looks pretty dang cool.
No!
Still looks
Still
pretty
pretty
dang
cool.
cool.
It's still cool. It's a good card.
Got an Ian Happ.
There
Hey,
you go.
hey, hey.
There you go. Wah, wah.
Not bad, Ian Happ. You know, Dylan Carlson. Well, looks like a fake auto, obviously.
Yes, of course.
Rookie.
That's a good one though, Dylan Carlson. I know he was a highly collectible rookie out of that class.
Yep. Kirby Yates, Archie Bradley, Pete Alonso, and Ronald Guzman. Oh, one more. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yachty. Yachty. Last season.
Yadi!
So
Yadi!
shout out Yachty. Shout out all the pairs.
Shout out Pears. Herb, thanks for putting in the chase there. Thanks for entering the giveaway. You're actually going to see some cards open that will be a part of the giveaway. I think it's
Yes.
my turn, right?
Herbie Dara. I know exactly who that is. That's my
Herbie
guy.
fully loaded. All right. You know what, Dave? You can flex on softball. Let me flex a little bit on how to rip.
Yeah, you know, Troy's got a little
Experience.
on me. I was going a little slow.
That's all right.
S'more65, thank you for your comment of the chase.
Here we go. Rookie of Ryan Castellani. Nice Italian boy. Right behind him is Nick Heath. Heath Bar. What do we got here? Stars in the services. Edgar Martinez.
Nice.
Old school there. Purple. Just a purple parallel. No number there.
Jim
Got the facsimile auto. He got Dylan Carlson. I got myself Paulie Goldschmidt.
Cards all around.
Cards everywhere. And who we got here? Reese Hoskins, The Judge, Marwin Gonzalez, Brandon Woodruff, and last but not least, rookie here of Cody Whitley. So there you go.
Not bad.
Couple free throw-in packs there that we will be giving away when we do break the select baseball. But standing by right now, joining the show, I'm getting word here. We're going to go back to Henry Reynolds. He is the card broker that is dealing with the Mac Jones 1-on-1 Black Finite from Prism. Let's talk about it now. Henry, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. My apologies for being a little tardy.
Hey, that's okay. I understand. You're just early for the next thing, right?
Pretty much. You know, when you fly as much as I do, you're never on the right time.
Totally understand. That's how it is here. I mean, hey, things are ever changing every second. But we thank you for joining us.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure.
So, first thing I want to ask right off the top, I'm curious, what exactly is a card broker?
Card broker is just a more uptight, buttoned up term for someone who facilitates deals and who accepts consignment. So basically, my job is to connect a buyer and a potential seller, or vice versa, and make sure that a transaction goes smoothly.
Awesome. And, thank you for giving us some in-depth on what the card broker is. I got to ask, how long have you been a card broker?
I went full time, actually right around this time last year. So, I guess I would say right about a year. In the last 6 months, things have really picked up in the higher end car world as far as private deals go. So, can't complain.
That's great. No, that's good news. I'd love to hear that you could turn this into a full-time thing like that, especially in the middle of everything that was and is still kind of going on. So that's great. I have a follow-up question here to you being a broker. I'm curious, what's the largest card that you've sold so far?
I can't say the exact card and deal, but I can tell you that the largest card I've ever facilitated for was a LaMelo Ball card. The deal was north of 6 figures. Just a very, very small handful of deals north of 6 figures so far. But I mean, I can't really count how many deals I've done total.
I think that's good news then, right? You've got so many deals racking up that you're losing count. That normally is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Henry, I got to ask, are you also a collector?
Yeah, I absolutely collect my own stuff. I'm from Chicago. So I personally, my PC is Devin Hester. So I collect just as much as, when I was younger, I started digging dollar bins, in Chicago suburban shops with my dad when I was 4 years old. So yeah, I've been loving cards my whole life.
Good. That's what we like to hear. Usually we like to hear those backstories about, being in the hobby. I want to know this card that you are currently brokering. Now, were you aware of this prior to it? Did you know about the card when it first got pulled or anything like that?
Yeah, so there was only, I think it was less than 24 hours between the time that the card was actually pulled and the time that the first transaction happened. Several hours after it was pulled, several people brought it to my attention. And then the current owner of the card also brought it to my attention. And that's when we decided to go ahead and facilitate and make an offer and get a deal done.
Awesome. And Henry, do you follow a lot of high dollar cards in the hobby? Do you keep your eye on them?
Yeah, absolutely. There's always certain cards that are going to be desired no matter what. There's certain cards where they're so desired that they just aren't for sale. And when they come for sale, there will be a swarm of people coming to get, X card. So you kind of have to keep your finger on the pulse a little bit. A lot of the best cards in the world in existence are in private collections, and people, they don't know who owns the card. The card hasn't been publicly photographed in years. So, you always have to be ready for something.
Yep, always ready, I think, is a good stance to take on that for sure. Now, I want to get into just a little bit of your client here. I'm curious. I imagine I know the answer, but you're in direct contact with them. I want to know, how did they feel when the card came back from PSA and lo and behold, it's a Gem Mint 10?
I don't really think that there's anything other than awesome. Great. A lot of people want to say that with a 101 card like that, either the card doesn't need to be graded or the grade may not matter as much. And I think that there's merit to every point, no matter what way you look at it. However, I will say, for the end user of that card, the person who is going to, put in the highest bid, or the person who's going to put that card in their safe for a long time, that card in a PSA 10 is just a nice little bow on top. It's a cherry on top. There's nothing to complain about it. When you look at the card and you hold it, there's no reserves in the back of your mind. The card's perfect.
Awesome. And now, obviously, this card is one of the more prestigious that we've talked about on this show. How has the interest been? Are the DMs flooding in for you?
Yeah, it's you gotta kind of sift through everything. Yeah, there's been a ton of interest. There has been a ton of offers. At this point in time, it's kind of letting the dust settle. Um, so and things move quick in the card world. It takes one phone call for things to be done and legitimized. So, who knows? Maybe I checked my phone after this and an offer is made that's good enough. But until that time, the dust just is kind of settling. The card is for sale. My DMs are open on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So anyone that wants to reach out or has any questions is more than welcome to. I apologize if I don't get back to you all, as soon as possible.
Henry, you want to throw a little plug in for your Twitter name?
Yeah, absolutely. My handles are Henry Reynolds Cardboard on Instagram and on Twitter. My full name, Henry Reynolds. You can find me on Facebook. At this current time, we actually will be accepting about 5 new consignment slots in the next couple weeks. The threshold is going to be a minimum of $10,000 value per card. So if you're someone that's looking to possibly move a high dollar card, please feel free to reach out with some pictures and descriptions.
Great. And lastly, just one more thing for you. Is there any message that your client would like to get out to, these collectors who are possibly interested in the card?
I don't think there's any specific message that he particularly wants to get out. I think that the overall message to everyone just is understand the importance of a card like this in that product. The collectability in Prism is similar to that of PMGs in 97-98 basketball. So for any prospective buyers out there, it's ready to rumble, and if not, we'll see it in golden soon enough.
Well, perfect. Henry, we'd like to thank you again for joining us. Please keep us updated and let us know what ends up happening to the card. We'd love to hear about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, not a problem, guys. I appreciate you guys giving me the time and having me on.
Thanks for coming on,
Absolutely.
Henry.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you as well, guys.
All right, guys. We're back. I think it's time to have some fun.
You Bruce Buffer. It's
not
time.
It's time. Listen, it's not that we haven't been having fun on the show today, okay? I want to put that out there. But we've been itching to rip.
Need a rip.
And it's been sitting right in front of me all episode. So let's finally do it. Let's do a new release rip. And Meerkat dear.
There he is. Meerkat.
Thanks,
Yes,
Meerkat.
the thumbs up.
Got my cutter. All right. Are we going to switch Ty to the over the top? Here.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. Ooh, look. So here you go. Take a look. This is probably an early look or first look you're getting at the box. There you go. 12 cards or 12 packs, 5 cards per pack. 2 autos, 2 mem. Select baseball. What do you say we get into it? We're going to split this box between David and I.
So let's get on with it.
Let's get on with it. Please tell me there's 2 sides. Perfect. All right. Do you want left or right?
I'll do right.
Good, because I was going to take left.
Well, you are a lefty, so
I am a
that
lefty.
makes sense.
All right. So I'm going to hand this stack over to
David.
David. Oh, my T-Rex arms. There you go.
Thank you.
And then we've got mine. So there you go. As we do in the breaking world. Empty box. Throw that. I'll pick that up later. We've got 6 packs. We're aiming for 2 autos, 2 memorabilia. I guess I'll go first.
Go right ahead.
I'll go first, and then we'll get to your side. So here we go.
I'm so nervous.
Usually I'm used to saying good luck to the whole audience, but good luck to everybody who's going to be entered in. Remember, make sure you are putting the chase, one word, lowercase, in the chat, and that is how we are going to select a winner later on. We're going to do a random at the end of the show. So here we go. We're going to start off. Kiner.
Max Fried.
Freed. Okay, we've got a first rookie here. Matt Manning.
I had a friend named Matt Manning when I was young. That's so funny.
Maybe that's him.
It's not. But
All
it's just funny. He's
You say so. And then we've got a blue here. That is going to be Kikuchi.
Oh, nice.
Not kidding. That is his last name, ladies and gentlemen. A blue Kikuchi. That is 114 out of 149.
I guess it's my turn.
Wow. Ty, do you want us to do sides or do you want us to do one? Never mind. He answered my question.
That question.
I love it. Tyler is like just the silent behind the scenes guy, but he can read my mind.
Guys, my hands are so sweaty and
He's schwitzing.
Here we go. Hey, your boy, Evan Longoria.
Hey.
Come over here a little bit. Got Evan Longoria. Enrique, they call him Kike Hernandez.
Kike.
Little Josiah Gray action. What do we got here? Uh-oh. Little Amir Garrett relic. Not bad.
Ooh,
Not bad.
okay.
I like this. And Select Stars JT Rio Muto. So that's not a bad star for me with the Garrett.
Now a little
Like
insert
this.
action there.
Not bad.
And we will be sure to
Decent.
sleeve. We'll be sure to sleeve and top load all these cards.
Yes.
After we are done. All right, now let's bounce back to me. Let's bounce back to me. Here we go. Pack number 2. Pack number 2. It's my Adam Sandler impression. Number 2. Jared Walsh, who we talked about on the first episode,
Who hit for
hit for the cycle, just like David. Chris Bassett, Paulie Goldschmidt. We've got a red, white, and blue here of Kyle Hendricks. That is concourse level, red, white, and blue. And then in the back there, we've got Corey Seager numbers. There you go. Second pack down for me.
Alrighty, let's get to pack number 2 for Yagabomb. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Awesome, loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
My earpiece is just going in and out a little bit. That's all.
That's all right. It happens.
All right, throw that over there. We got a Texas Ranger, Corey Seager. Texas Ranger, Corey Seager. New York Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton. A Carlos Correa on Houston. A little legend. Red and blue Ozzie Smith. Not bad. And then a Gavin Sheets. So, nothing
Nice.
too crazy.
All right, that's okay. Remember, we still got 2 autos and another mem coming. David got one of the mems. Let's check it out. Next pack. This one feels a little thick, but you sound great. I can hear you loud and clear. You sound
Loud and clear? Loud and clear.
Wonderful. All right, here we go. Right off the top, we're gonna get a rookie here. That is Greg Deichmann. Greg Deichmann rookie. The Babe. Jose Abreu. Okay, this one is turned around. It's thick. This might be our second mem here. Lars Nootbaar. I love this name. Out of 250. It's Lars.
I am Laws.
I am Lars. Miss Julie.
Where are you from? Far away.
Far away. Please put your fat finger down. You have broken my camera. So there you go. The jersey of Lars Nootbaar. And then we've got... Oh! How about an On Fuego Wander Franco?
Not bad. It's En Fuego. You said On Fuego.
Yeah, you know, same thing. On Fuego.
Alright, here we go.
And Fuego, Wander Franco. That's a good one to get, though. I think we shouldn't just skip right over that. You know, I gotta let people know.
Alright.
Obo Fuzz says, make sure to start your mornings with the delicious and healthy Nootbaar.
Nootbaar.
You're not kidding.
Alright, here we go. Mike Zunino. Can you hear me? I keep going.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mike Zunino, Tampa Bay. Madison Bumgarner. Oh, my favorite name in the MLB. Seth Beer. Nothing crazy.
Better than Jake Berger.
Or Nootbaar. Yu Darvish. Not bad. Decent. Another legend for my collection. Mike Messina. Oh, it's numbered too. We got 18 out of 35.
Oh, nice. That's a low number there.
Not bad here.
Is that Musina wearing an Orioles jersey
It is.
too?
It is.
Yeah, that's far back.
Let's put a sleeve and a top loader on that bad boy.
Wahoo says moose.
Moose.
All right. We still haven't found an auto.
No, we have not.
There's 2 autos in here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get after it, shall we? Okay. First up, Garrett Cole. Ryan Sandberg. Ryan Vilade rookie. Chris Taylor. And then we've got a Kenley Jansen. What one is that? That's a diamond level. Diamond level Kenley Jansen Prism. Not bad.
Not bad. Decent.
Decent. I still love that En Fuego.
On fuego.
En Fuego.
Alright.
Alright, back to David here.
Pack. What is this? Number 4?
Hold on, back to David. There we go.
Here we go. Well, gotta go from the upside down. I'm not gonna lie, it's feeling a little thick. Let's see what we got here. Alrighty. Lewis Robert. Oh,
no.
we got a little show high action.
Very nice.
Some Raleigh Fingers. Logan Webb and Charlie Blackman. So, little Raleigh Fingers, a little show high, but nothing too crazy.
So we each got 2 packs left.
2 indeed.
Can the autos be in both of my packs? Let's see. Or maybe we'll split it up 1 and 1. Maybe it's 1 auto per side of the box. See a number card in the back there. Let's protect the corners here, shall we, folks? Okay. There's that. There you go. Larry Walker. Love to see that.
Larry Walker.
Josh Hader. Giolito. That is going to be a rookie Andre Jackson diamond level. Very nice looking. Okay, no auto here, but that is going to be a red Michael Brantley.
My guy, Brantley.
Your dude. 137 out of 199 there.
Decent.
Decent.
Alrighty. Pack 5. I'm nervous. Here we go.
Shaking in his boots.
Oh, I'm not going to say what I just seen.
Oh.
Hey, we got a Niagara University alum, Matt Brash, rookie.
Love that.
Not
Great knowledge
bad.
from this guy.
Gleyber Torres, Kevin Gosman. Oh, and look at that. En Fuego, Wander Franco.
Look at that.
Not bad.
Not bad. 2 in the box.
Not numbered, but
Listen, I know any insert of Wander Franco is definitely collectible right now.
agreed.
All right, we just got 1 pack left.
Gotta be autos.
These got to be the autos.
Gotta be the autos.
All right. See how we do here. All right, hey guys, make sure, really quick reminder before we end this box, make sure you're in the Twitch chat and you write The Chase, all lowercase. The Chase, 1 word, all lowercase. That's how you're going to be entered in to win all the cards that were in this box. Okay, Nola. Ooh, okay, how about an O'Neal Cruz rookie?
Ooh.
Yeah, after throwing 96.7 across the diamond from shortstop to first.
After
the other
throwing
night.
a you-know-what missile.
A P
across the
missile.
diamond.
We could say P, right? Yeah. And then I've got Thunder and Lightning, Tyler O'Neill.
Bad.
Let's see if... All right. And then I've got Rafael Devers, Premier level. So interesting. No auto. Let's see if there's 2 autos in that pack. But remember, folks, this is always on average.
Right.
2 and 2 on average.
That's 2 on Fuego. So like,
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
short print.
Yeah, the Wander Franco is super nice.
All right, here we go. Aaron Ashby, rookie. Actually, I just want to check. No, we're good. Joe Musgrove.
Mm-hmm.
Another Yinzer. Key Brian Hayes. Ooh, I'm scared for the next one.
No. Flip it over.
Pete
Woo!
Rose auto. A Pete Rose auto, numbered 29 out of 49.
That's a WWE Hall of
Wow.
Famer right there.
Wow,
Pete
wow,
Rose.
wow. And we wrap it up with Louis Robert. Phenomenon. Phenomenon.
What a great way to finish that box
Nice
off, though, with
finish.
Pete Rose.
With the Pete Rose.
That's a good finish.
I'm gonna
Wow. Thundercat says, wow, wow, wee, wow.
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
It's nice. So
Wow.
let's stack all these cards up. Dr. Steve Brule, thanks for entering the giveaway by putting the chase, all one word, lowercase. I'm going to stack my side up. I'll put it in the middle here, just to be safe. We're going to move on to our last segment. That was our new release, Rip. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on. We are on the eve of the NBA draft.
Yes.
I was going to say finals, but then I remembered that the Golden State Warriors won earlier this week.
Yes.
So we are on the eve of the NBA draft. So you and I, we did a little bit of research, and we decided to look at and do a mock draft of who we think are going 1, 2, 3.
Correct.
So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go back and forth. I'll have you give, I'll let you start it off. I'll have you give your number 1. I'll give my number 1. 2, so on and so forth. But quick note I wanted to mention. I went to 4 sites and looked for their mock drafts, okay? I looked at The Athletic, I looked at Yahoo Sports, I looked at Sporting News, and I also looked at CBS Sports. So I did a little sample size here to see who's got who going 1, 2, 3. And I found something very interesting. The only outlet that didn't have Jabari Smith going number 1 was CBS Sports.
Really?
So Athletic, Yahoo, and Sporting News, they all had literally the same 1, 2, 3. CBS Sports, I don't know if somebody was drinking on the job or what was happening, or if they're that, far out in the thought process. But I'll give you this. So Athletic, Yahoo, Sporting News. Number 1, they had Jabari Smith. 2, they had Chet Holmgren. And 3, they had Paolo Banchero. Now, CBS Sports had Paolo going number 1, Jabari Smith going number 2, and Shaedon Sharpe out of Kentucky going 3.
That's pretty interesting because I've seen, like you were saying, a lot of the mocks have been the same 3 guys with Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, and Paolo Banchero. Should we just get right into our picks?
Yeah, definitely get right into our picks because I'm going to be honest with you. I pretty much went with what everybody else was thinking. So
I agree.
Go ahead and, let you get to your number 1 here.
We're going number 1?
Yeah, we'll start number 1 and then we'll work our way down.
Gotcha. I got Jabari Smith. Orlando Magic take him at number 1 out of Auburn. He had 16.9 points as a freshman, 7.4 rebounds per game. A lot of people are calling him the most versatile and best shooter possible in this draft. And like I said, he's very versatile, can shoot the 3 from 42% last season. So I think that'll be a good pickup for Orlando. Orlando's getting young, so.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what I had there too. He's a power forward coming out of Auburn. They had 2 power forwards injured last year. Jonathan Isaac and both him and Bol were out for the entire season. Mm-hmm. So the only power forward that they had listed on their active roster for the 21-22 season was Chuma Okeke.
Oh, yeah.
Second-year guy. So like you were saying, very, very young team. Okeke, he averaged 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. As you were saying, though, Jabari Smith coming out of Auburn, averaging 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. So very young team. They were last in the conference and their division last year. So just obviously it makes sense why they have the number 1 spot. Just a god-awful team, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So, I think he could fit in nice with Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs, and then obviously like Franz Wagner. I know they have the Wagner brothers.
Yep.
They have both of them, right?
Mo and Franz.
Yeah, so I found something interesting. I don't know. I had some comps that if Tyler has a chance, if he could pull up of Jabari Smith Jr., but these guys are in mostly Leaf products here.
Right.
So I noticed, obviously, a lot of people are buying his Leaf stuff recently at pretty high. And I'm assuming that's a correlation to
The mocks.
mocks.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Is there any other notes that you had on Jabari?
No, I've seen him play a couple times. The one game was against Alabama, and he's worth the pick.
Yeah.
He's definitely worth the pick. Number 2, I got Chet Holmgren, who looks like Mike TV from Willie or Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, but we'll leave that for another day. He averaged 14.1 points, 9.9 rebounds per game at Gonzaga. I think this kid has a chance to be a very good player in the league. My only concern is he really did not show up offensively in big games against ranked teams. He had 9.1 points per game against ranked teams, and at the end of the year, in the 2 final NCAA tournament games that Gonzaga played in, he fouled out against Memphis and then eventually Arkansas. That game ended their season. So he's got to build muscle to play at the next level, but I still think his talent level is through the roof.
Sure, and I think a couple things to play off what you were saying there. Obviously not huge in points, but I did a little bit of math, and as a journalist, I don't do math very often. He's averaging about the same amount of points as all 3 of OKC's centers last year combined.
Yeah. So, I mean, that team is going to turn it around, too. Like, I'm calling Oklahoma State will be good. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Josh Giddey was one of my favorite players to watch last year before he eventually got hurt. And they still got Lou Dort, but who knows if he's going to stay where he's at. I still think I think they got good pieces to work with. And, you add Holmgren, and things could turn around eventually.
Yeah, I mean, definitely seems like if OKC does end up going with him, it seems like they would definitely be addressing a need.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they're building a decent team there and trying to get back to where they were. So I think with the addition of him, that would definitely be helping out. Want to mention, too, he was ranked 18th in the country in rebounds last year, too, averaging about 10 a game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's something to be said there, too. And I was noticing, too, that so he's available in Bowman University 2022, which is available now on dacarworld.com as well. I'm looking at autos from that on eBay, multiple refractor autos, about 170 to 180 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw a Big Kahuna insert, which I believe is a short print. One of the autos out of 130 there sold for 260 bucks.
Wow.
So it sounds like people are pretty high on him
Yeah.
too, coming into the draft. So it'll be interesting to see if he does get that number 2 spot. And what that'll do for not just his, but of course Jabari too. Their values.
Yeah, and this hobby, it's kind of a guessing game at times. You got to look at these mocks and say, hey, if I can buy cheap now, and then eventually in the future, I mean, I'm gonna get into it with prior top 3s of the NBA draft, but their value starts here, and it only goes up as they accrue time in the league. So.
Yeah, I think collectors would agree with us when we say that sometimes you just got to risk it to get the biscuit.
Correct.
All right, who's number 3?
So number 3, personally, and I'm not a Duke fan whatsoever, but I think he is the most NBA-ready prospect, is Paolo Banchero. So I got the Rockets taking him out of Duke. 17.8 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 3.2 assists. He's got it all. He can pass, he can rebound, he can shoot. He's so versatile. And, his 3-point shot, he shot 33% last year. But I looked, his 3-point percentage got better every game as the season went on. He started slow, and there was one game against Syracuse. I'm a Syracuse guy. He couldn't miss.
Yeah.
I think he went 6 for 8, 6 for 9, something like that. He's got a very impressive skill set. He can get to the rim. I think, personally, he's my favorite out of these top 3.
Okay.
And I think he's going to be the highest value eventually. That's just my personal opinion. But yes, Paolo Banchero, number 3 to Houston.
Love that. Yeah, a couple notes I had on him. Rockets only had one other guy listed as a power forward on their roster last year, so I think this is a good depth move for them for sure. Adding to that, top 100 in the nation in points and rebounds last season, definitely big. The Rockets were ranked 30th in rebounds.
Yeah,
as a team.
They weren't a very big team. They had Christian Wood, and that was really about it. That was giving them any production from a rebound perspective. But I think this is the type of draft pick that could help the Rockets turn it around. You know, they traded James Harden. He wanted out. So they need a piece, you know, to go with Jalen Green from last year. And I think this is a guy that can really help the Rockets turn it around.
Yeah, and we saw a card up there a couple minutes ago. It was the Holmgren, Ben Shiro, the duel there, them on the card together. I was looking, and I really didn't find much out there of Ben Shiro.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a crazy ton of stuff on him. I found that card interesting just because it's the top 2 picks.
Yeah.
And, you know, Gem Mint 10, I thought that was a cool card to see. Eventually down the line, that card could be, you know, worth quite a bit of money, just with both of them being on the card.
Yeah, definitely we'll have to keep an eye out for that card and ones similar to that. So we are nearing the end of the show, but of course we have a couple things to get to before we go. Thank you to everybody who was interacting with us in the Twitch chat and made sure to write The Chase, all lowercase, one word. I think we said that a few times throughout the show, so I think you know. So I think Tyler is going to help us out with this because what can't that guy do? We're going to do the random now with everybody who entered in the Twitch chat to see who's going to go home with the cards that we ripped from the brand new Panini Select Baseball.
Shaking.
Are you shaking? What's going on? Oh, this guy has a horseshoe in a place I probably shouldn't say on air because once again, ladies and gentlemen, Wahoos, congratulations, sir. You've done it. You have won all the cards, including that Pete Rose auto that David pulled in the box of the Select Baseball. Where's the round of applause? Oh, we're gonna show the Pete Rose again.
Show the Pete Rose again.
Go ahead, show off Petey. Show off the hit king.
Already got it top loaded and everything. Sleeve, there it is. And remember, 29 out of 49. You're a lucky winner there, my friend.
I think Wahoo said it best in the chat. He said it pays to watch the chase. I don't think I could agree anymore.
Correct. Where else can you find content like this?
Like this. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Everybody on Twitch, thanks for joining us. Everybody who's going to be watching this later, really appreciate the viewership. Make sure you are continuing to like, subscribe, and comment to the Chase content. Real quick, make sure you're sticking with us on Twitch. Right after this, Jersey John will be coming up with group breaks and personal breaks for the day, so make sure you're watching him. I'm sure he's got a loaded day ahead. I'm sure Sean gave him a good lineup.
Indeed. Make sure you stay tuned.
And
do it.
Make sure you are watching us Friday. We have a good show. Ken Golden coming on to talk about the triple Logoman, and it enters its last days on the auction block. Saturday it closes, so we're gonna have him on to talk about where the card's going and just his experience with it.
It'll be you and Stevie on Friday.
That's right. I can finally tell everybody David's gonna be gone. He's leaving me already.
Yep. Packing
Not
up.
for long.
Packing up.
He's packing up. He's going to. I was saying moving. He's going to Chantilly with the folks over at Hit Parade. He'll be over there doing some work with them, and when he comes back, hopefully he'll have some content for us.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Believe it or not, it's actually going to be my first card show, so I'm
Ever?
very excited. I'm very excited.
Wow.
I know. I'm very fresh, very raw, but I'm excited. And hey, if you're going to Chantilly, stop by the Hit Parade booth.
Real quick, Hobo Fuzz says, where else can you find a T-Wolf shirt that is an inch too short to hide the farmer's tan?
Yes.
Thank you, my friend. Hey, that's going to do it for us today. Just remember, it's all about the chase.
Bing.
See you Friday.
Play the music.